What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as we roll into the weekend, my friends, I wanted to share with you a guaranteed way to get an exotic to drop in the game. Now, as we start this off, I want to make sure I give a shout out to some fellow content creators who brought this to my attention. I mean, GC Rock put out a video a few days back in regard to this. I know Rogue Gold did one yesterday. Von Doom mentioned something in a previous video as well. So as always, we are a family here, and I will leave a link to all of their channels in the video description down below. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. And we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced December 31st of this year. Now, there happen to be a lot of details I'd like to touch base on throughout this video, but we're going to start off by showing you the actual farming method itself. Now, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but this has to do with the General Anderson manhunt mission and facing General Anderson as the prime target. So that means you have to take out the other 4 targets first. Once you do, then you will have access to this mission. And my friends, it's as simple as this. Every single time you clear this mission, you're going to get a random exotic to drop at the end. Every single time. Now, the first time you're going to get the new Dr. Home marksman rifle, but after that, you will see a random exotic in your inventory every single time you clear this thing, which brings me to a very important point, and that is you need to make sure you have plenty of inventory space before you start your run. And the reason I bring that up is because there happens to be a bug at the end of the mission, and this thing ends very abruptly. So if your inventory is full and the game tries to put something in your inventory, it's going to drop on the ground. But because you're literally just kicked out of the game once it ends, and by kicked out, I'm referring to the fact that you're sent back to the base of operations right away. But if it drops in this mission and it's on the ground and you can't go back and pick it up, that means you're going to lose out on the exotic. So again, make sure you have plenty of space before you start the thing. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, the difficulty that you choose will not have an impact on whether you get an exotic at the end or not. That is a guaranteed thing. It will obviously have an impact on the quality of loot that you get along the way. However, you can see here I'm doing this on normal difficulty. I was able to get 2 chameleons to drop. That was just pure luck. My targeted loot was assault rifle. So again, before you jump into this, you actually have the option of choosing your targeted loot. Now, keep in mind that does not make any impact on the exotic you get at the end. That is totally random, but this is the first mission in the game where you can actually choose your targeted loot. Now, on average, it takes you about, let's say, 12 to 15 minutes to clear. And just like anything else in this game, the more and more you play this mission, the more proficient you will become. Now, what happens is this. You are then taken back to the base of ops. Now, you will not see the reward you were given once this mission ends. So it is very important, my friends, once you get back to the base of ops, go through each of your items individually so you can see exactly which random exotic you've received. So for me, I know in the mission I received 2 chameleons, but any other exotic that's in my inventory, that is the random one that the game dropped. Again, once it ended, I did not get to see what my reward was. That's that bug I was talking about. So as we go through, I see the 2 chameleons right there. I keep scrolling down, making sure there are no other exotics that I was given. I go down to masks, and right away, I can see that my random drop was the Coyote's mask, which is great. Again, for those of you that already have all the exotics, it's a great way to earn components in a short amount of time, so this is going to be beneficial regardless of what you're doing. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wanted to put this together before the weekend began because honestly, I do not know if this is intentional or not, for us to get an exotic every single time we clear this mission. Now, the game is well aware that this has been going on. They've been aware since 16.4 launched, and that means it could wind up being patched a little bit down the line. If they do that, I don't think it would happen before next Tuesday, but I've also heard from some of you out there saying the game has made this intentional, and the reason they've done that is because they want people to replay this mission over and over again. And for a lot of you out there, this is going to be something you really enjoy because it gives you the experience or the option of playing Countdown without really playing Countdown. And not only that, this would be the only mission in the game where you can choose your targeted loot, so you can pick anything you want. You're going to face a bunch of named bosses, and again, once you get the timing down, you're talking about 15 minutes. And for those of you that hate that time crunch, the mission actually gives you 25 minutes to complete it, which is more than enough time. And not only that, if you happen to die in the middle of the mission, you're brought back to the beginning, the timer starts over, so that is totally different than Countdown. So honestly, I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy farming here. Getting back to the footage really quick, you can see on this run I got the Liberty pistol, and again, my friends, make sure you go through each category of your inventory to see which exotic you wind up picking up. And as I start to wrap up the video, one quick tip I want to pass along is when you get to the end of the mission and you have the ability to call the helicopter, just do it right away. You do not need to waste any time waiting for any NPCs to spawn, things like that, I recommend calling for the helicopter. That will prompt one more named enemy to show up. And again, to be clear, it's not the named enemy that is going to drop the exotic. It is going to be put directly into your inventory. So again, my friends, make sure you have space before you exit out. With all that being said, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel, and remind you, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will get back to you as quick as I can. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. Now, you're going to see one more drop at the very end, or you won't see the drop because of the whole, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, the point is, on the last run I got the Merciless, so hopefully this video helps you out and you wind up getting an exotic you've been looking for. Like I said at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Soft unit deploying. Take this area and hold it.
Torres inbound on your location. Hold tight. She'll get you home.
Don't leave without me.
System disrupted. System reactivated.
Torres is in position. Ready for extraction.
Get on the helo. Safe area entered.